Today in our 2011 Chevrolet HHR, we're going to be showing you how to install the Roadmaster stoplight switch kit. Part number is RM-751428. Now, to begin the installation of our brake light switch, which is required in this application for the InvisiBrake, we want to install the switch into its bracket. I'm going to leave it at its shallowest setting, and then we can adjust with this nut here on the back how far out that's going to stick. As we turn this, it'll allow that switch to come further and further through that bracket, allowing us to fine-tune our adjustment. But before we get this all the way up underneath our dashboard, I want to take care of getting it kind of pre-wired here. Switch strip, both leads coming out here. Let's take a couple of the supplied blue butt connectors and slide those on. Get them crimped down. Now my monitor wire, I'm just gonna kind of get a rough figure on how much of that I'm gonna need. I'm gonna clip it off, and we'll strip it back and attach it to one of those butt connectors. The other side, it's gonna go to the length of wire that has the 10 amp fuse holder included. All right, we got our pre-wires taken care of here. Now the bracket is going to mount on a stud. You can see the hole right here that's right up kind of just above the steering column. See it sticking out right here. Let's slide our bracket into position on it. Now we'll take our flat washer, slide it on just behind our bracket there. Also our lock washer, and then our provided nut. Now we want to use a 13 millimeter ratchet. Just start tightening that down a little bit. Tight enough to where it's kind of tough to move, but not so tight that you can't move it. Now here you'll see our switch functioning properly. As we press our pedal, you're going to see that plunger that comes out. As we release the pedal, we want that to fully retract that plunger, push it all the way back into our switch. Ours is sitting right where we want it, but we can use these nuts to adjust that if necessary. To power that brake light switch, or to give it the voltage it needs to send our signal up to our LED in our coach, what we're going to do is use the power wire that comes from our InvisiBrake box. This is a 20 amp power wire. We're using a 10 amp fuse, so we're in good shape there. Just need to separate it from that black wire. And to do that, you'll either use a utility knife or something small. You just barely want to kind of go right in between them. You don't want to cut into either one of them. All right, I'll let us kind of like spread that out a little bit. Let's trim that wire. Remember, we don't have this hooked up to any kind of power as of yet. Something we're going to do as our last step in our InvisiBrake install here. But we are going to strip both ends of that back. We'll strip the end of our brake light switch wire like that. Now to make our connections, we're going to be using a butt connector splice technique here. So I'm just going to take a larger butt connector and slide that on. I want to make sure it goes over both of my wires there. Then I'll just have to crimp that down. Then we can slide that over this side of the wire, and that'll make our continuation for us. And we'll just pull on each of our wires to make sure they're good and secure. Now we use a couple zip ties and tidy up our excess. All right, now that fuse holder will be located somewhere we can find it if we need to, but out of the way enough so if we don't, we won't have to see it all the time. All right, with our switch working properly, that's going to complete the installation of the Roadmaster stoplight switch kit, part number RM-751428. on our 2011 Chevrolet HHR.
Click the link below to shop, learn more, or visit us at etrailer.com.